Turkish and US military forces have begun their first round of joint patrols in northern Syria. The troops covered the area between the cities of Manbij and Rablis. It's part of a deal reached in June between Turkey and the US, focused on the withdrawal of YPG terrorists from the Manbij region. A statement from the US-led coalition said the joint patrols aim to build stability so that refugees could return home safely. But for more on this, I'm now joined by Mark Kimmitt from Istanbul. He's a retired Brigadier General from the US Army and a former Assistant Secretary of State for Political and Military Affairs in the US. Thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World. So what is this joint operation going to involve exactly?
Well, the first thing we need to understand is that up to this point, the patrols have been independent patrols. The Turkish soldiers have worked on one side, the US and coalition on the other side. But now these are going to be joint patrols where our soldiers are going to be working side by side to ensure that not only is there security around that area, but there's also confidence between the US forces and the Turkish forces that they are working together for one goal.
So what outcome will meet both US and Turkish interests here?
Well, again, there are still some questions about whether there are any remaining YPG forces inside of Manbij. That has been a condition for Turkey in these joint patrols, and the U.S. has said, and the Manbij Military Council has said, that there are no YPG soldiers there. However, if those fighters are found in Manbij, that could really create a problem, not only between the United States and Turkey, but also between the confidence that the Turkish troops have with the governance inside of Manbij.
And from this decision, though, Mark, do we take that US and Turkey have put their differences aside and found a common ground, a common goal?
Well, I think in the specific issue of Manbij and the west side of the Euphrates, at least there is an acceptance of a common goal, but there still is a significant difference between Turkey and the United States on having any YPG soldiers working side by side with the Americans in this area.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World and for that insight. Mark Kimmitt.